Hey there, everybody, and welcome to another speedrun with walkthrough commentary. This time I'm going to be doing a commentary over a speedrun of the new Legend of Zelda game, Legend of Zelda: The Breath of the Wild, or Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I'm going to be doing a review of this game eventually. We're finishing up the Legend of Zelda, slowly but surely, the evolution of Zelda, slowly but surely on the channel. I hope you guys have been enjoying those videos. I've been enjoying making them quite a bit. Been trying to allocate them between all the different Souls videos and stuff I've been making and the new content coming up in the future. But speedrun commentaries are probably going to be something I'm going to make a somewhat regular thing because I'm becoming a variety speedrunner on Twitch where I kind of speedrun different things. Like the next speedrun I'm going to be working on is DS2 any percent. I've been doing a Soul Level 1 run over there and it's been pretty fun. But anyway, let's not get too much off topic. Just expect more of these and let's focus on this run for now. So in Zelda any percent, the goal is just to get to Ganon at the end and kill Ganon. And there's a lot of Ganon. So the timer starts as soon as you start a new file. And as you notice here, you're going to sit through a decent amount of cutscene. One thing I do want to note is that you have to at least, I'm playing on a Wii U and I use the Wii U Pro Controller. You have to press the X button to get the start button to come up so that you can skip it. Just make note of that for cutscenes in the future. As soon as you get out of the bed, you're going to run over here, take the Sheikah Slate, and then I just mash the B button this whole time because eventually, like, once it loads, it lets you skip it, like you see right there. Yeah, there's a lot of cutscene. It's a very slow run in the beginning. The fun part of this run is what I call the Ganon Gauntlet, which you'll see toward the next part of the run. But the only thing you can really do to make this faster is you could download, I think on Wii U now and Switch as well, there's a German pack. German, the language, is the fastest version of the game. It gives the least dialogue text, and that can make the game a bit faster. And apparently the Wii U version is faster than the Switch version, because apparently the Switch version takes a little bit longer to load, which I don't know why. Maybe because it runs at a little bit higher frame rate. Maybe it loads more stuff, so it just loads a bit slower. But pretty funny nonetheless. So Wii U digital version and German, if you want the fastest version. Now, if you want to talk about going fast, you might have noticed something that I did there a second ago, which is whistle sprinting. That's the first of a few glitches we will use in the run, and whistle sprinting is the first one you're going to want to learn because it's very, very necessary for this run. And this could be used in a normal playthrough too. I mean, it's a super easy glitch to do, so if you want to use it in your own playthrough, feel free to do so, but I will tell you, at least on the Wii U Pro Controller and the Wii U gamepad, it's a little awkward to do. Basically what the glitch is, if you played the game, you press down on the D-pad to whistle for your horse. You're going to see me do it up here. As my stamina bar goes out, you'll see I start whistling. What I do is you hold down the D-pad. You hold down the D-pad, and while you're holding it down, you tap the B button. You don't have to mash it like crazy, like it's a Mario Party battle. No, you just got to slightly, just gently tap the button, and you'll keep your top speed. So essentially, you can sprint forever. And obviously, in a speedrun, that's very, very useful. And you'll actually use it to speedrun up, or not speedrun, but keep your stamina up some slopes, which is also really useful for anyone who's played the game. You can climb anywhere, very helpful. Just real quick, I fucking love this nod. Like this nod to the picture from the first Legend of Zelda. It's a very cool start. And then, of course, the old man who gives you the sword, except he doesn't give you a sword. But, you know, old man nonetheless. Nods, there's a ton of them in this game, and it's cool. So the first thing we're going to do here, you're going to see over there, on that tree, there's a bug. Now, I'm not sure. Sometimes it flies away. Sometimes it's not there. It seems to be RNG a little bit. But what you want to do is the little sneak jumping. So click the control stick in, I think it is, to sneak, and then do the little jumps. I grabbed the bug, and I grabbed these Hylian shrooms. I will tell you I'm not using the fastest route by any means. I'm using a more safe route that gives a little bit more healing. And doesn't use any of the crazy skips. Because I always want these speedruns to kind of be something that you guys can do on your own without too much crazy effort. Investing into practicing skips because they can be pretty crazy sometimes. What you're going to want to do is go over here in this area, somewhere around those trees, and potentially down right that tree to the left right there, there'll be up to 4 beetles. And ideally you want to get 4 in the beginning of this run, and I also grab a couple extra shrooms. After I do that, I go whistle sprint down, grab this axe, and as I said, you're going to see the whistle sprinting. You use it a ton because as you would know if you played this game, you're going to sprint a lot, so you're going to be using the whistle sprinting a lot. One thing to note is make sure you don't let your stamina run out before you start whistle sprinting, because then you'll just whistle and walk slowly while you're out of stamina, which you don't want. But anyway, you want to grab the sacks, and then we're going to run down here, and right here we get a unskippable dialogue with Zelda where she says, Link, 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 which I never really got why she has to say it 3 times. I guess it's like ethereal in some kind of way. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, gonna run forward here. Right to the left of this tree, there's a Hyrule herb, which is another healing item, which will be useful for later. And then as we continue to run down here, we want to grab at least 4 to 5 arrows. Like, I would say 4 is the minimum. They're kind of hard to see. They twinkle a little bit, but as you can see, there's the 2 archers up there. They've been shooting arrows down, so there's arrows on the ground. I run pretty far out of the way. Normally, you can run straight toward the tower you need to go to, and I ran out of stamina too. But I ran pretty far out of the way because I was like, fuck, I can't see any arrows. I'm really blind, but I got a few, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. So now you want to take out your weapon. This guy, when you walk up to him, should block and then smack the shield out of his hand because we're going to need that too. So grab that. And then from here on, you're just going to run up to activating the tower. So the beginning of this game is, the first even just 7 minutes is super basic. A lot of it's cutscene or dialogue. And then really, the only thing you really need to know how to do is whistle sprint and collect items. You need to pick up bladed beetles. You need to pick up some mushrooms, pick up a HYRULE, pick up some arrows, get a shield, get an axe, and then go activate the tower. And it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple to do. That's probably my favorite part about this run. Not only is it fun, because Breath of the Wild is a great game, as my review will indicate when I do it. It is a great game. I do enjoy Breath of the Wild. I'm not in the minority there, I'm sure, after all the reviews that I've seen and all the praise that I've seen for this game. But the speedrun itself is very newcomer friendly. There aren't a lot of crazy skips in the route that I use. Like in the current route, there's a lot of like skips that use shooting these boulders in weird ways and doing these crazy jumps and stuff. And pretty RNG heavy. And then there's the whole amiibo controversy. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, amiibos are allowed to be used in runs, and amiibos in this game actually give you advantages. They use the amiibos to get certain fish that give a better strength potion in the end for the Ganon fights, and they also use it to get Epona, which is the fastest and best horse you can get, I suppose. I don't know too much about it because I don't got no amiibos. I ain't about that life. And I wasn't about to buy amiibos for a run that I want you guys to be able to do if you have the game. So, anywho, skip all these cutscenes. There are a few. There are cutscenes. Make sure you're skipping those because you got to. This is recorded in real time. And here's another glitch. So what you do is you jump off. I guess it's pretty fast. So I'll describe it because it's not the last time we're going to do it. We're going to do it again shortly. But you just want to skip this guy's dialogue, say yes to everything because it seems to be faster than mashing B to skip through what he says. So like mash B and then A to talk to him. Anyway, the fall prevention glitch. The fall prevention glitch, essentially, this is what you do. You jump off a ledge. You go to throw your weapon, which I believe is the R button on the Wii U Pro controller, but for whatever it is on the controller that you use, you throw and hold it, and then you let go, and right as soon as you let go, you either switch off your shield or switch off your weapon. You can actually switch it off and on too, like if you want to have it come right back on. You do that as you're about to hit the ground. So once again, throw the weapon and hold it. Well, not throw the weapon, but bring up the weapon to throw it. And hold the button. Once you let go of the button, either switch off your weapon or switch off your shield, and that whole process, I guess, of switching the thing is what protects you and makes you not take fall damage. It took me a couple times to get, but really the reason I included it in the run, I mean, you could just jump down and lose like 10 seconds maybe, but it's not hard to do once you've got it down. And if you do die, again, this is another reason this run is newcomer friendly. If you do die, there's saves. So you just go right back to a save, and it's very nice because then, of course, eventually you'll be running against times that are really good and where you didn't die at all, and then it'll get tough. But in the beginning, you can die as many times as you want, get a time that's like a 3-4 hour run, and that's fine. That's somewhere to start. My first run that I completed, I think, was like 1 hour and 48 minutes. That's something to mention, actually, about this run, is this is only the 7th run I ever attempted, and it's only the 3rd one I ever completed. So as I mused over all that stuff and blah, 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 like I normally like to, you just basically run to the bomb trial. Make sure you climb exactly the way I did. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly on point, but the reason you want to climb in the spots that I did and everything is because it avoids the guardians over there that'll shoot you. And you don't want to get hit by them. You don't. They will kill you in one shot. And you don't want them looking at you while you're climbing up the wall and stuff too. And just make sure, if you watch any of my Souls speedruns, you know, stamina management is key. This is a game where stamina management, just like in the Souls game, actually matters. So make sure when you're climbing, or when you're getting ready to climb, make sure you've whistle sprinted to let your stamina come back and you're keeping that top speed. It's something that you get used to over the course of the run, for sure. Unavoidable, like, again, kind of cutscene type stuff. You have to go here and get your rune. And then once you get it, we're going to throw a bomb immediately to I toss a bomb, blow it, and then run through, then switch to your remote bombs, throw it, boom, and then we go. I switch back to circle bomb here. The reason you do that is because they have a cooldown. Then you should be in time to get on this thing, blow it, and then jump. And then here's a neat little trick coming up here. If you run down to this area, you see that little orange thing on the wall? Aim a bomb right above that, and boom. That should blow up all the rocks that you need. And then you just whistle sprint and sprint your way over there. And then that's it. That's first shrine down. Like I said, the beginning of this run, as you can see on my splits, I will get ahead on these splits, but you can see the paraglider is the point where you get the paraglider. It takes almost half of what my time is going to be to even get... Like, half of the run is basically doing the tutorial, essentially, because it's what the first 4 shrines are, really. It's a tutorial for the runes that you get throughout the game. I don't want to delve too much into that. I'm so tempted to talk about the game and what I do and don't like about the game, but I'll hold that for the review. I'm actually doing this commentary as I'm editing the Wind Waker video. Well, not literally as I'm doing it. I can't multitask like that, guys, okay? But I can't... But I am going to get those videos out very soon. I'm excited to get them out because I'm enjoying talking about Zelda. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. And Breath of the Wild certainly has some interesting talking points, so I can't wait to talk about it with you guys. But first, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. Now, you come out of this shrine and talk to this guy. This is the last, well, not the last, the second to last, I guess. Third to last manual dialogue you have with him. So just talk to him for a bit. And then we're going to do a small glitch, which is another one that you could use in your runs if you want to. I'll just tell you what it is now. Instead of taking your map out, you take your map out and you kind of look at your slate for a second. This is the shortest time save. It's like half a second. If you jump and press the button to take your map out, then he won't pull it out and look at it. It's like an animation cancel, basically. Of course, I put a frickin' crystal on the map anyway, which probably lost the time that I saved there. And then here we're just going to run over to the next trial, which the first 2 runs to the trials aren't very difficult. But as you'll know if you've played this game, the second 2 trials are a little bit more challenging to run to because you actually have to go in the cold areas. And as you can see, we go full balls in this speedrun. We're naked. We're naked as fuck. And we don't use no cold elixirs. Fuck that noise. No, we go naked. Yet again, it's pretty generous, as you can see there. That fall thing, like, I was still pretty decently high in the air, and I switched my shield or weapon or whichever one it was. I wasn't looking because it was yakety-yakking more on and off, and it was pretty good. Try to do a little shield jump here. It just gives you a little bit of extra air. You can actually do another glitch there, but I don't do it. You can actually drop a bomb, like you literally shit a bomb like you're a bird or something, and you can send yourself flying with it and only have like 1 piece of a heart left, but I don't do that. I barely made it there, so you really do want to be careful. Make sure you're jumping in that water with the most stamina possible. Maybe the shield jump isn't even good if you're not going to do that bird bomb shitting drop, but don't worry about that. We're not doing that. We're not that kind of pro. We do what I like to call normie strats, okay? We're doing some normie strats. And you can still get a good time with normie strats, so don't judge the normies. As you can see, my sum of best segments is actually 59 minutes, and my run is 1:22:36. That's my PB. JKLL Morganon is the final split. Because, as you'll see later in the run, with the Ganons, if you die during the Ganon Gauntlet, you go back to the beginning of the Ganon Gauntlet. So it's very costly to die. It's definitely the most challenging part of the run, but it's what makes it so fun. I love boss rushes, and it's so good. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I promise you will enjoy it. It's kind of hard though, but you will enjoy it. You will. It's like that Dark Souls 2 line, like you're gonna die over and over again, and you're gonna not even know why or something. So I fucked up. You're supposed to throw the first one after you get Magnesis. I messed up. You throw the first one, then go up here. Use Magnesis on this, push it straight forward, And then after this, we're going to have to do a shield jump. This is something you're going to have to get used to doing because you use it a couple times in the run. Make sure you have a decent amount of stamina and make sure you allow yourself to get you to your full height first. That way you get the full length of the shield jump. That actually took me a while to get because it kind of crosses your fingers in a weird way. I think you sprint, if I remember correctly, by holding B, and then you jump with X, and then you have to hold L and press A. It's like a weird slide of the fingers, and if you stop sprinting, you won't have the top speed to get the shield jump off. So just note that you need to be sprinting while you do the shield jump to get the full distance that you're looking for. But it saves quite a bit of time. One thing that you can also do that's very useful and almost necessary in a way is if you unequip your shield before you land on the ground, it won't hurt your shield, which is good because we're going to do some shield surfing coming up here in a bit. If you can't, though, I've actually never had it break on me while surfing, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yet again, jump, and then we're going to teleport to the Shrine of Resurrection because that's actually closer to the final 2 shrines. And we'll be able to go straight from one shrine to the next one. We won't have to teleport back anymore. And these are the runs that I was talking about that are a little bit more difficult. But again, you have saves in this run, and even there's 2 ways to do it. The game autosaves for you at pretty reasonable places, and you can also save whenever you want. So in your first run, I highly recommend that. If you feel like you're coming up on an area that might be tough for you, just make a save. That's all there is to it. That way, you have all your items still, and you're good to go. That's what I did in my first run. My first run, I didn't even complete. I couldn't even get to Calamity Ganon, and I tried. I think I got to the Ganon Gauntlet in like 2 hours or something. Anyway, grab those shrooms, and then as you can see here, you can actually, if you're at a decent slope, you can actually whistle sprint up the wall, which is what I mentioned earlier when I was talking about whistle sprinting. It's very, 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 very useful because, as you'll know, if you climb in this game, climbing takes your stamina away. And since we're working with the base stamina here, it's very, very useful when we're going up a wall to be able to sprint and get our stamina back. So we're still moving quickly, we're gaining stamina back, and it makes it so we can reach areas that you wouldn't otherwise be able to as easily reach. And you're going to see me take advantage of that up this slope here. That mountain in the distance, we're going to climb that because that's where the next shrine is. But first, we're going to jump down here, do a little surfing after I miss it once. And the thing is, your shield won't break on the snow, which is pretty nice. I wait for my stamina to come back here and then really take the distance of that jump. As you can see, falling on my shield makes it go to badly damaged. So now if I were to shield jump on like a rock or a hard surface again, I think my shield would break. But we don't really have to do any more hard surfaces if we're smart. Now, as I said, whistle sprint up the wall. Here, we're going to jump up. You can see that it's kind of sloped. If it's kind of sloped, there's a good chance you can whistle sprint. So we're going to move toward the left. So you want to run right and then to the left. And then whistle sprint, whistle sprint, whistle sprint. And then we're going to get up to here. And once we get to here, we don't fall down like a dummy. And we grab this. And then 3 jumps should get you to the top of this wall with just enough stamina left, which will allow you to whistle sprint and go up. Now, depending on how fast you made it up there, you might want to eat 1 or 2 shrooms. I ate 1 here. I don't know if that's enough. I might eat another one. We'll see. I'm okay. I don't know if I'll eat another one. No, we go full balls. Like I said, we go full balls in the speedrun, all right? So 1 shroom was enough for me, but that was the fastest I'd ever done that. I was stoked because I usually don't make that shield jump. A lot of the times I just use magnesis on that first little door, which you can do. If you can't make that shield jump, you die if you fall in the water. I mean, you'll have a save before that, but if you can't make the shield jump, it's totally fine to use the magnesis thing. It takes maybe like 5 more seconds. But this is a speedrun. We care about those 5 seconds, am I right? We're trying to go fast. Here. I guess I can also mention that my goal for the speedrun, in the beginning, I said I'd love to get sub 1 hour. When I started running the game, I thought maybe that'd be unrealistic. I was like, okay, maybe I'll go for 1:15. And that was what I was hoping for here. I had a huge time save at Thunder Ganon in my splits because I got to Thunder Ganon and died to Thunder Ganon twice before I got to Calamity and then beat the run. So I had 2 big deaths in this run that were super costly. Get your Cryonis. Don't walk under it and jump up like you're supposed to. And then you just put that under that. It's better to put it toward the right so you can sprint around. Here, we're going to sprint over here. Watch this guy. He might shoot you. If he does, he only does 1/4 of a heart. So you're safe. But if you can time it right, you can just step right on up like I did there. Step on the ice block and then step straight up to the thing, and then run right up here. It's pretty straightforward shrine. All the shrines really are fairly straightforward. They're not too difficult to do. The speed strats aren't hard to learn. Like when I started, I was definitely slower, but I got faster over time. I'm gonna drink a little bit of tea here. Shout out on there to Jay Snuffy, who along with Cheesecake on my stream actually donated $20 each so I could buy the regular version of Dark Souls 2, which is going to be my next speedrun, because I didn't want to speedrun the Scholar version. The enemy placements are worse, and the DLCs, you have to get items to access them, so it's just a longer run when it's already a really long run to begin with. So shout out to those two fellas. Really do appreciate that. So we're going to run out here, kind of just walk down the mountain, and then as you're getting down, we're going to start surfing, which this shit is just badass. Like I said, surfing on the snow, you don't lose any HP on the shield, or like the integrity of the shield, so you're totally good. Surf those two areas, and then we're just going to run up this way. This is easily the longest run through the cold area. This is why we grabbed all those mushrooms. I don't need them anymore, but I grabbed them for safety, like in case I fuck something up. But in reality, if I'd gone full balls in this route, I could have ignored some of those mushrooms and been totally fine. But it also just means extra healing for the Ganons, so not too bad. Now, once you get to here, we're going to surf and head toward the right side, and then try to get as far as you can over to the snow here, and then jump off. And I'm going to eat some shrooms at that point. I debated having more, and I was like, do I need it? I don't really know. Because we're going to come to the top of this, watch that blue Bokoblin to the left, but he shouldn't hurt you. And then once we get up here, surf on down. Don't run into that pillar like I almost did, and then surf right along over to here. And then right past these rocks is where the shrine is. I went ahead and ate another shroom. Now, you can do the fall prevention glitch here, but I struggle doing it on this because it's a little bit shorter, so I usually climb down. For some reason, the game doesn't show all the time that you can climb down, so I like fidgeted there. I was like, please, please. And then if you kind of mash B, you'll let go down the wall. Honestly, I was surprised that fall didn't hurt me, but for some reason in that spot, it just seems not to. You'd be able to seem to drop pretty decently far, so... Either way you do it, you can do the fall prevention glitch if you're full balls, like we should have been, or you can climb down the wall, or you can stand there like a dipshit and struggle to even get a hold of the wall. Either way, make it to the bottom, go in the shrine, and get the stasis rune, which is the last of the tutorial runes. The other rune is a camera rune, but we don't get that in the speedrun. There's no need for it. I'm wanting to talk about the game again. I don't like the whole camera thing. I don't want to take pictures in a fucking game. Nope, we're not going to talk about it, D-Mod. You promised. I didn't promise anybody. I promised myself. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just filling the airwaves because honestly, like I said, there's a lot of mandatory cutscene or dialogue type stuff. The moment we get the rune, freeze that, walk over, and then be looking backward because we're going to unfreeze it. I missed. Don't miss. No, it's fine if you miss. Then go up here. I probably could have just used whistle sprinting to make it, but I just played it safe there, I guess, for some reason. I was happy with the time we had here. Now, you can do a really long shield jump here. I've never bothered with it. You can jump to the right of the rock and make a shield jump all the way over. I just use the stasis and hit the rock because it's like a 5-second time loss, so I'm like, whatever. I'll take the 5-second time loss rather than potentially lose my run to a rock. So... I had a pretty big time save here because, like I said, with the fall prevention glitch, I tried to do it and I died. The game actually auto-saves like right above there, so it's not too big of a deal if you do die on that drop, but still, it was a time loss. So I was pretty stoked. I was like, okay, I got 2 golds. We're now really getting far ahead, so this is good shit. This is one of the best starts I've ever had. But now, we're going to do the only major skip that I do in this run, that I would consider a major skip that takes any kind of setup and like practice. I did try to practice it for like 20 minutes and then I was like, fuck that. You can see on the screen right now, let there be boulder skip. It's boulder skip. You'll see here and I'll explain it as I do it. And let me be clear, I had never gotten this skip in a run. I had never properly gotten this skip in a run ever. I'd never done it properly, even outside of a run. I'd never done it. I'd gotten it partially, like part of the way, or aimed it improperly. But what you want to do, put a remote bomb on the ground. You want to push it under. You want to kind of push it toward the right. You want to stasis the rock, go back to remote bomb, and then you want to spin to win this rock. It doesn't matter the direction because that's what the bomb's there for. You get out of the way, blow the bomb, and then at the last minute, you want to grab on and then go for a fucking ride. You go for a ride all the way over, and at the last second, jump off. That was so fucking precise and well aimed. Like, the rock can go anywhere. That was so precise and well aimed, and I was so fucking stoked. At this point, I was like, fuck yes. Yes, I'm sorry, I smacked my table. Yes, we got it. I was super, super fucking stoked. And then a bat came up on me, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? Get this Keese the fuck out of here. This is not the time. Respect the run, you fucking bat. But fortunately, the rat did respect the run. As you can see, you can jump all the way up there, but you might run out of stamina. I was just trying to get the fuck out of there because I did not want that bat to ruin my run. I ran out of stamina. I'm saying to myself, I don't care. This is no problem. This is no big deal because I got boulder skip. This is the only time I ever got it, and this is my last Zelda Breath of the Wild run that you're watching. I'm not running the game anymore. I'm doing DS2 Soul Level 1 to prepare for any percent now, so this is it. Anyway, you climb up there, skip all these cutscenes. I'm going to drink some tea like I just did. Tasty, tasty. And now we're going to get us the paraglider, which is what finally lets us get off the island. If anybody's interested in the speed run for this game and kind of the not history, but like the information behind the speed run, the reason why you don't skip the paraglider, there's two. There's one simple reason, in my opinion at least. Maybe speedrunners who are better than me would disagree. It's just nice to have. It's just nice to have the paraglider. It makes it easy to get to places. Like, the time you save by having a paraglider is very useful. The second part, though, is if you do one of those crazy boulder launches like I did or anything to launch yourself out of here, then everything off of this island until you get the paraglider is a kill box, meaning if you touch the ground off of this island, the game just kills you. It doesn't matter where you are. As far as I know. That's my novice understanding. Anyway, after all the cutscenes are over and you get the paraglider, just jump up in the air again, look at your map, and go to the Omen Owl Shrine, which is the shrine all the way toward the north. It's the one we got the Magnesis rune from, where we swim across the little pond. So we're going to run to the right, and we're going to grab some HYRULE herbs. And I believe there's 5. Yeah, 5. So now we have 6. We had the one we grabbed earlier, now we have 6. Now, you're going to want to come over here. Make sure you have a decent amount of your stamina here. Make sure you have a decent amount of stamina because we're going to wrangle ourselves a horse. And I'm going to warn you, this is one of the times I fuck up in the run. You can glide and land on a horse. I tried to sit on its face, all right? The horse didn't want me to sit on its face. It has every right to do that. That's sexual assault by Link. That's totally his fault. Sitting on a horse, that's not right. Sitting on a horse's face without permission is not cool. So I immediately reloaded because I've had that happen to me before in a run, and this is why I say save states are nice. I can reload, and I know that I'll be reasonably close. I think the autosave was at the shrine. Yeah, so I had to run and grab all the things again, and I was like, I'll save more time this way most likely because I have done this before where I've had to chase a horse for the longest fucking time. One thing to note here is make sure you go for a horse that's not spotted because the spotted horses tend to be two-rung horses, as I'll call them. You can see I really try to do it simply there. You tap the L button to soothe. That's why you want the full stamina because it takes about 3/4 of your stamina bar to fully soothe the horse. And then I got pretty lucky. I got pretty lucky that I got a horse with 4 of the rungs on it. I don't know what those things are called. Are they bucklers? I'm not a fucking cowboy. I kind of wish I was a cowboy. Cowboys are neat. Cowboys are neat. I like cowboys. Getting off topic here. Maybe I'll speedrun Red Dead Redemption someday. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming this year. I'm pretty excited about that. That was on my top 10 2017 anticipated games list, which we're really getting off topic now. But it's because, honestly, there's not much to say. There's not much to say here. In this part of the run, you're just riding the horse. You're riding the horse. I could do what I've talked about in the Dark Souls run, like, please ride to the right of this big stone figure and ride to the right of this forest and look at those bats and be like, fuck that noise. Don't get anywhere near me, bats. One thing I will note is the horses are fucking assholes sometimes. These horses, sometimes, man, you got to soothe them so much because basically the way horses work in Breath of the Wild is you got to tame them because they're wild horses. Anytime a horse is disagreeing with you, basically, if it starts veering in its own direction, if it starts wringing its head around, whatever, most of the time it's after you use one of its speed bursts that you can see like it's shaking its head around there. You just got to soothe it with the L button. You just got to give it a little pat pat. Give it a little pat pat. So you don't start by sitting on the face. You butter it up first, and then you sit on the face or the back, whatever you want. Anyway, you continue on, and what I'm aiming for here is, you can see in the distance Hyrule Castle, of course, but what I'm actually aiming for is the left side, if the horse will agree with me. I'm aiming for the left side of this forest, and there's a very particular reason for that. This is one of the big safety strats I use in the run, and it doesn't waste a lot of time, frankly. With this route anyway. This route uses a slower route through Hyrule Castle. The new route uses a bunch of skips with the trees and getting mighty bananas, but fuck bananas. We're not banana people, all right? No, I actually like bananas. Bananas are good. But you know what I like more? Radishes. Right there, always, at that tree on the left edge. It's a purple-looking flower. It'll always be a big hardy radish. And the reason I want to get that is because before we go to Calamity Ganon, we can use that. Like, we're actually going to cook some stuff. We're going to cook elixirs for strength potions. If you cook that big hardy radish, it gives you a full restore plus 5 hearts. So you can actually have 8 hearts, which lets you survive more things that would normally kill you at Calamity Ganon. Like, you can actually face tank a missed laser parry, which is amazing because you have to parry so many lasers in that fight. Like, I've gotten pretty good at it, and there is a cue for it that I'll talk about when I get there, but it's scary. Anyway, you want to run to the left here. Be careful because there's a guardian on the left side, and obviously that guy's shooting on the right. And then we're pretty much done. We're pretty much to Hyrule Castle now. There's a couple things we're going to grab, but we're done with the horse. So don't jump back on it like I did and magically sail over. There you go. Now we're going to run through Hyrule Castle. We're getting very close, and we're going to get things that we're going to need for the Ganon fight. So as you can see, we're at 30 minutes here. I'm already more than halfway done with this run, and we haven't even really gotten anything in terms of weapons. All we have is 5 bomb arrows at this point, a shield, a 3-point shield, if you'll call it, and a 3-point weapon. So not too great, but don't worry, because we're gonna get a lot of good shit. You'll be surprised how many good weapons you can get really fast in Hyrule Castle. So be careful here, because by this time it's nighttime. You're probably gonna have some guys come out of the ground. They inconveniently came out here, and I had the bow and arrow one, so just kind of be wary of that. I veer left because I don't want to get hit with arrows, and then just glide over here. I think sometimes the D-pad will work a little weird, and you'll edge to the shield instead of holding down for whistle sprinting. I think that's what that was. And then we're gonna run up to this thing, and then we're gonna play a game of Skyrim, as I like to call it, because if you've ever played Skyrim, Zelda was like the evolution of Skyrim, because Skyrim, you just jump up walls because that's what you want to do. Make sure you skip that cutscene. In Zelda, you can normally climb shit, but this is at a slope, so you can't climb it. So, or they designed it so you couldn't climb on it. So, but we say fuck that. We say fuck that. I'm a Skyrim pro. I made Skyrim mod videos once upon a time, so I've played Skyrim in my time. The general idea here is to sprint, and I'm just whistle sprint most of the time because I'm so used to it now. And then you want to jump. You can see there's kind of little edges in spots. You want to get to these spots and use them for leverage to get up. If you ever get to a point where Link just seems like he's not making any progress running upward, give up and look for something that you can get some leverage on. You can follow the path that I found here. This is the one that I've found that seems to work the best for me. I used to really suck at climbing up this thing. It used to take forever. So as you can see, actually, in this run, I have a 3-minute, 41-second time save on this split, because I'm so bad at running up this thing. Plus, I think I died once or twice maybe in Hyrule Castle doing some shit, or had to like reload some saves. Anyway, once you get to this point, you want to jump from here and sail your way down here. Personally, I recommend you have to run past this guy. He's kind of at an odd angle. If you feel uncomfortable with it, the moment you hit the ground, save your game. That way, if it's a new run for you and you're not used to it, you can just reload right there. That way, because if you don't, the autosave is at the bottom of that fucking huge thing we just climbed. And fuck that noise. Make sure you grab that bow. Be careful with your stamina in this guy because he's going to be ready to shoot you. I had a less than ideal amount of stamina left. I probably should have done a little bit of whistle sprinting, but still enough. You want to go to here and go to the left of the staircase. I ran out of stamina because I didn't whistle sprint in time, but it's all good, man. It's all good. We all make mistakes. Really, though, there's only 2 big mistakes in this run, which one was the horse and one will come later. So, run around this corner, and then there's going to be an eyeball at the end of the hallway and a door on the right. Just as you're reaching the door, you want to go up and shoot the eyeball because it's going to be in your way if you weren't shooting it. And then when I get here, I am going to throw this axe and watch it hit the wall and be like, what the fuck? And then I'm going to grab the broadsword. Then I'm going to open this, get ancient arrows. And then I'm going to grab this knight's shield. There is a faster route into Hyrule Castle, but the reason I choose this route is because of those extra ancient arrows. They really do make a bit of a difference with the Ganon fight. So personally, I like using that strat. You can look at other speedruns that used earlier routes that are different if you want to add in some of the new strats, but I really like going this way. But both routes end up here in this area, except for the new banana route. Fuck the banana route. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually an awesome route. I just don't like doing the tree skips. But you want to try to sneak up on this guy, but I suck dick at sneaking in this game, so I just beat him senseless with the sword. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch, because he went in the muck. You had to go in the muck, because you want his shield and his weapon, but you also want his goodies. You want his body parts. You want to take them, because these are the monster parts we're going to use to make our elixirs, because there's a cooking pot right here, which you can easily light because there's a torch. Just light your arrow, shoot it at the pot, and there you go. Just pick up the arrow, too. And as you're going to see here, don't eat the radish. I feel like I almost did. You want to hold it and put it in there, and then you get the potion. I think it was +4 hearts, maybe. I don't know. But then I just cooked all the mushrooms because I was like, fuck it. It'll give me more HP as something to heal. And then I take 2 bugs. I take the horn and the tail, and I got an elixir 6 minutes, and I was kind of disappointed, because with RNG, you actually can get a +2 potion, but it's rare. So if you want, you could save and reset and try your RNG luck again and again, because the difference with potions is 2, or it's 20% at 1, it's 30% more damage at 2, and it's 50% more at 3. It's not possible to get 3 with these beetles, but it is possible to get 2. So we throw a bomb down here and get more ancient arrows. Make sure you also use the second 2 beetles and the little talon things to make a second potion. And then I shoot an arrow here and sneak over, and I try to get a sneak strike, and he turns around, so I don't get it, and somehow get a second sneak strike in his face, and neither do sneak strike damage. So then I get a questionable hitbox. Normally Zelda hitboxes are pretty on point. Maybe it wasn't questionable. Watching that back in the run, I was like, I thought I dodged it. It really looks like I did. I definitely didn't dodge at the right time. Like, I dodged too early, but it looks like I was out of his range. Either way, it doesn't matter too much. I don't think we're too far back at all, if I remember correctly. But that's the other second big error in this run. So there are time saves on these splits, but they're not that big. So that's, as you can see, my sum of best. I mean, if you've seen the video, you know this is under an hour, and you can see my sum of best is 58:48. So this run isn't that far off my sum of best. This run was so good. I can't emphasize enough how much this run was unexpected. This was only my 7th run of the game ever. It was only my 3rd completed run, and it was such a massive improvement. I was absolutely, I was absolutely overjoyed with the time that I got. I was really, really, really happy about it. I was really, really proud that I made that much progress in that amount of time, and it's really rewarding to speedrun this game, as I said before. But make sure that you grab the weapons from the lizard. Make sure that you grab the weapon from that guy. You can try to sneak kill him. I never can, so I just fought him. Grab those 2 claymores. So you should have 3 Lizalfos kunai. You should have 2 Lizalfos shields. If you don't get one, you can grab that rusty shield back there. I forgot to grab this. You want to grab that before you go down to the moblin, but you do want the knight's claymore. You want that golden claymore, and you want that black claymore. So I'm sure you can watch the footage back. Sorry, I'm babbling about other things, but I like to babble. I'm sorry. Then we're gonna run over here and hit the right barrel because that has 5 bomb arrows, and then we're gonna glide over here. Gonna go up. We need to ready stasis. Whether you do it at the top or the bottom is up to you, but either way, you want to ready the stasis. And we're gonna step on the switch and then use stasis because it'll keep the switch down and it'll let us run up to here, which we're actually getting pretty close to being done with the Hyrule Castle run. We're not too far off. We're about to get the LOL really split, which is it's just a tradition in my speedruns at this point. There has to be an LOL really. And you'll see in a second why this is called LOL really. None of the Ganons are really, like, you do trivialize some of them, but none of the Ganons are really LOL really. But you know who's a bitch? Lynels. Lynels are pushovers. And you're about to see how much of a pushover they are. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Boom. The first time I saw that when I was like reading the notes for the speedrun and everything, I was like, what? Yeah. So I didn't get the maximum time save there because I died to the Lizavos and I didn't have the perfect run through. Like I didn't grab the Knight's Claymore when I killed the Lizavos like I should have. But oh well, we're 3 minutes 30 ahead here. I was absolutely like, fuck yes when I saw that because I knew I had the big time saves at Thunder Ganon because I died to him twice, which I cannot emphasize how big of a time loss that is. If you make it to Thunder Ganon, he's the last of the 4 from the Divine Beasts. Then you have to run, or not run, you have to fight the other 3 Ganons over again. Fortunately, it makes a save right beforehand, so you still have all your weapons and everything. You can try it as many times as you want, but from a time perspective in a speedrun where time matters, it really sucks. Be careful of this guy. If you don't take the right angle, like if you run too straight on, he will hit you and kill you. So just be careful. Don't fall off like that. Make sure you grab the bomb arrows and stuff that I grabbed, the 10 and the 5. Then when you come around the corner, make sure you switch off ancient arrows. And then we're going to shoot to distract this guy who's in here. You'll see now, the Moblin. You want to try to get to him and sneak strike him. I don't always get it. I think I actually do get it here. You don't actually have to kill him if you don't want to. I do because I ain't messing around with those shenanigans. You want to take his Edge of Duality. That's the 4th Claymore that we've gotten. I use Magnesis to pull the bow off the wall. This is the bow we want to be using because it's 50 damage. It's really, really nice. And then grab the arrows. The arrow that you used in the bundle of 5 arrows. And now we have everything we need. And we're almost there. As you're going to see when we come up here, this is Zelda Study. So we're very, very close to getting to the Ganon Gauntlet now, which pretty crazy. We're only, just under 42 minutes into the game. We're about to get to fight Ganon. It really is crazy, and I love that they did that in this game. I love that they did. The speedrun isn't any kind of crazy glitches, skips, or tricks, really. It's mostly just run straight to the castle, which is why I like it. It's almost like this was intended for you to be able to do, where a lot of speedruns rely on a lot of skips and stuff. And of course, there are some skips to some extent to make it faster, but in reality, it mostly just relies on skill with the Ganons and routing through the castle and the shrines, the tutorial shrines. I should note there, you want to climb up the bottom half. You see that ridge on the tower there? The bottom half, you can whistle sprint up. The top half, you cannot. So once you get to the top half, you make 2 jumps, and then you jump backward off and glide over there. You want to try to land there. If you land in the muck, that's why it's nice to have those HYRULE herbs, the healing and stuff. I switched to the 50 damage bow and bomb arrows, and then we get ready to do the gauntlet. And I saw my time save there. I was like, holy shit, I made it up there fast. I was like, we're 5 minutes ahead. We are 5 minutes ahead going in. I was like, okay, this could actually be like a sub 110. Like this could be a sub 110. I'm really fucking stoked now. So weird strat, jump up the wall twice. Then don't fuck it up like I did. You want to route your camera and look back. But essentially the reason we do that, drink the elixir. I choose the elixir that has less time because it takes about 5 minutes to make it through the Gans if you do it right. You do it to bait his attack. Otherwise, he does a tornado attack. And then you can fly into him. As long as he's shooting, you won't knock him down with one combo. But if he ends his shooting, you won't knock him down. So you hit 2-4 combos with the kunai. You switch to the golden one, and you spin. And pretty much all your stamina out, just until it's barely out. And then really just use bomb arrows. Depending on what kind of damage you got, you might need 2. And then I switch to normal arrows. But really the main focus is fly into that shooting attack, try to hit him before he's done shooting, 2 combos with the kunai, and then spin to win with the golden Zweihander, and then use bomb arrows to kill him with maybe a regular arrow involved. In this, you immediately shoot him with the ancient arrow. Just be careful because he can troll and teleport away, but that should knock him down immediately. Then get a nearly full spin to win with the golden Zweihander, and then from here on out, we're just going to kill him with bomb arrows from a distance. He can troll and throw tornadoes from afar, but typically he won't. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. He'll troll and like insta-teleport. It's just a time waster and it makes you waste arrows, which is annoying. He trolls again here. Like normally he just won't leave. There's very little RNG in this run, but Windblight Ganon is one of the most RNG heavy of the fights. It's very annoying. So I didn't have a great fight here, but it was whatever. It's not that big of a time loss. It's 8 seconds. Who cares? So now we're going to move on to Water Ganon, and for Water Ganon, you want to have the Golden Zweihander ready. And then what you want to do, if you position yourself just between the hand and the body, you can do this. You can smack both until the stamina is completely gone, and then switch to the kunai and go ham. If you can't do that and you're not comfortable with that, just attack the body with the spin to win, hit him with the kunai when he gets up, and then he'll teleport away, and then just run to where he is and hit him in the body with the kunai, and it should send him second phase. It's very, very quick. But it's not too hard on the positioning. You can usually move yourself in the spot, but just make sure you stand still once you're in the right spot for that. For here, we're going to want to get bomb arrows ready to shoot him in the eye. You can do it either with regular arrows or bomb arrows. It's your choice, but I tend to go for bombs. 2 shots to the eye will knock him down, and then we want to switch to the Knight's Claymore here. He didn't fall all the way down. I was pretty annoyed, but then I was like, yes, he fell. Didn't get as much damage as you'd like there. You'd like to hit him with that slam, but that's just kind of bad luck. I guess I did have a little bit of bad luck in these fights, but I didn't miss my headshots, and he should die here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he will. Just barely, actually. Just barely, but I got him. So you're just shooting the eye twice and spinning to win twice, and that should take him out. Fire Ganon's a little more complicated. You immediately want to spin to win to half stamina. That should knock him out. Wait like half a second, start spinning to win again, and wait until your stamina is almost completely out and hit him. Wait till 3/4 of your stamina is back, and then do a full spin to win. From there, switch to the kunai and just hit him from there on out. It's a very specific strat. If you don't do it right, you won't stagger him, and he will get up and kill you. Because he can definitely kill you with certain attacks, and it's very rough. I just decided to throw the Claymore at him because I happen to have it nearly broken. Normally, what I do here is just use bomb arrows to kill him. I threw the Claymore, used 1 bomb arrow. I was like, fuck it, I don't want to use any more arrows, so I went up and smacked him. You have a little flexibility in these fights. You don't have to do them with this script that I'm telling you. Just I know these strats work in practice because I've done them. The spinning and the stuns and everything. Now here you want to throw a bomb, or not throw a bomb, but just put a bomb on the ground. Doesn't really matter where, it's going to kind of fly from wherever. I always walk near him just because I want to be near him. Blow the bomb, and then we're going to spin to win with the Golden Zweihander. It should be a full spin to win. Full, exhaust your entire stamina bar, spin to win. You have enough time to get the whole thing off, and then let your stamina bar come back and walk over to where he's going to be next. Then we're going to go for a spin to win to half stamina again, which should knock him out. And then just spin to win one more time, and my Claymore breaks, but that's enough to get him. Again, I want to emphasize too, you might need to watch these back and listen to what I say, because it's hard to say it all at once. I pull the kunai out here just because I like to make sure I have my shield out. Perfect dodging Thunderblight isn't actually ideal, to be honest, because it's nice to break his shield. One thing to note, if he has his shield, he will attack you with that quick attack. If he doesn't have his shield out, he'll go up and do Thunder, and then he won't be able to zoom and attack you. And the reason that's good is because what you can do there is you can shoot an arrow in his eye and it'll knock him on the ground again. What you actually kind of want to do here is use the spin to win with the black Zweihander, the very strong one. The reason I decide not to do that is because I was afraid. If he has his shield out, I don't want any chance that when I'm dodging backward, I'll be stuck with just a Zweihander on my hand. Because if I fail to hit the perfect dodge, I'll at the very least have the shield out and he'll break my shield, so I won't die. So that's why I do that. Here, this is the only really cheese strat you use for this. You don't have to do this. There is another way, but this is what I choose to do. Make sure you have the Lizvos kunai out. Use Magnesis, pull it up. You're going to want to be opposite of that big door, the one we came in, because there's a little small door here. You'll see you can't go any farther. That's the message you want. You want to be up against the wall here. And you want to grab that, pull it up, and get it under him. Then I shoot 1 bomb arrow at him, and then I wait. Now what you want to do here, you want to be careful of that. Him throwing thunder at you is not good. That thunder bounces around and it's pretty scary. I said, fuck it, I'm going to just go ahead and eat this thing now. What you want to do here is charge an attack. I missed it there. But if you're charging the attack, as soon as he's done, use it, and you'll see right there, it breaks his shield. And once his shield is broken, you get the opportunity to spin to win. Now, here's where you got to be careful, because the second phase, I'm not too accustomed to. It just seems like all bets are off. Sometimes he'll still attack you, sometimes, especially if he still has thunder, he'll still attack you. But I got it good there. What you wanted to do is, if his shield's broken there, like it will be, you can shoot him with an ancient arrow, it'll knock him down, and it's enough damage to kill him. So it was pretty good. Now we're at Calamity. Again, I apologize if I can't say enough about the strats, but get ready for whatever Calamity throws at you. Flurry Rush. One thing I want to note about the Flurry Rush is once you complete it, run, because if that attack hits you, you're going to die. So as soon as your Flurry Rush is done, get away. This is where we have to get good at the parries. Now, what I want to note about the parries as I go around and grab things from the room, the black bow should be almost broken, so you definitely want to get that bow. There's also, whatchamacallit, bomb arrows, and there's a couple weapons and like shields around the room that are very nice to have. So one thing I want to note about the shield parries and getting good at them with the laser, there's an audio cue for it. I will know when he's on the ceiling. You don't want him to drop on top of you. 2 bomb arrows takes him down. 1 ancient arrow takes him down. That's the way it works. This attack is not ideal. You have to sprint away from this. So just be careful. But fortunately, I get away. Now, finally, let me get back to the laser parry. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. You can parry those too, by the way, but I just don't because I'm not good at it. Getting back to the laser parry. There is a sound cue for the laser parry, and I have someone in my stream, I can't recall who said this. I didn't understand what they meant at first, but I finally understood it, and it actually makes a lot of sense. You'll hear many beeps. The final beep you hear is the audio cue for when the thing is going to come out and kind of when you want to parry. It's not always perfect. It depends on distance, but it is a good tool to help. It's a different sounding beep, and it's the last one, so just listen out for that, and it'll help a little bit. But anyway, I shot him with some bomb arrows and stuff there because I still had my potion left. Typically what I do here, and this is slow, I will tell you, is I'll run around and grab all the weapons first before I bother using my second potion. Like, this is the final thing. I got a good amount of the weapons, and I tossed my shield here, the weak one, the Boko one. I grabbed the Royal Broadsword. There's the bomb arrows. There's the shield. And now I'm like, okay, I got everything I need. Let's parry this, which is kind of scary from that distance, but we're good. So at this point, I'm like, let me use the strength potion. And basically, the first half Ganon fight is mostly just shooting him in the head with arrows. You want to save a couple bomb arrows or maybe like an ancient arrow or two to knock him off the ceiling if he goes up there, but really it's just shoot him in the face with arrows. He'll probably shoot the laser and just keep shooting him in the face with arrows. Other than that, it's just parry the laser and do perfect dodges against him. It really is what this fight boils down to. So you do have to get good at the perfect dodging and the parries. Very, very necessary for this. So I actually, to prepare for this run, I did a 3-heart challenge run of the game, which I actually found to be very easy. The only problem I really had was Thunder Ganon. Thunder Ganon was pretty difficult, but with Ganon being half health, I really just didn't seem to have a problem with him too much because I had decent weapons and bomb arrows and stuff when I got to him, so it wasn't too bad. Anyway, I switched to, like I said, I saved 2 ancient arrows because I knew I was going to need to knock him down. I miss, and I was just, no, and I didn't know what this was. I couldn't remember, so I just started running, and then I'm like, get off the fucking wall. So he finally gets off the wall. I have, like, nothing left but regular arrows, so I'm like, please tell me this is enough. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to be good. But then that happened. That can happen sometimes. You can get Butterfingers where you accidentally have the bow out and you think you have the shield out. That's what happened to me. And I was like, fuck. So, like I said, that's where that radish came in handy, because that was my third fuck-up, my third secret fuck-up that I didn't tell you about. I got hit by the laser, and if I didn't have that radish, I'm pretty sure that would have killed me. So, maybe it wouldn't. Maybe they would just leave you with 1/4 of a heart anyway. I don't know. Anyway, I parried the laser, and it was like, okay, let me get up in this dude's face. And I still was like, I'm not going full balls, but then I threw the broken boomerang. I was like, please. And I shot him with an arrow, and finally, I was like, you see me, I'm shaking there. I was so nervous because I knew the pace I was on. I glazed over it, but you can see the 2303 gold at Thunder Ganon. So I was like, oh my God. So here you have to parry or perfect dodge to get any damage. You go in, you hit 2 or 3 times, or 3 or 4 times, and then there actually is a strat for this, as you're going to see here. If you stand in that spot where I stood, basically what happens is every time his head rears up like that, if you let go of the spin to win, you can knock him down. The thing is, I'm not practiced enough in the strat. I'd never really tried it in a live run, so I was too afraid to do it. I think I execute it quite a few times in this fight. Like you'll see, his head rears, slam it, and that should be good. Yep, see, you knock him down. So in theory, you could let your stamina come back and keep spinning to win and just stagger him the entire fight, basically. Which is a way safer strat. So if you want to try that, standing between his 2 little twig arms right there and spinning to win as he rears up, be my guest. But at this point in the run, I was like, my time is so good, I can't do it. This I don't really understand. I parry the laser back at him, but for some reason when he's up there, it seems like it takes 2. Maybe someone in the comments can explain that to me. I think it takes 2. I panicked here because I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't it get him? So I parried again. It does knock him down. Here, he doesn't do that crazy slam attack like he does in the first phase if he falls off sometimes. The only thing that makes him do that energy slam on the ground, see, that time I think I get it, but I ran out of stamina, so I couldn't even do it. So I just shoot him in the head with an arrow. I think the only thing that makes him do that crazy energy slam is if you get a perfect dodge. He still does it after a perfect dodge in this phase. Nothing else, though. So you might get to see it here. Yeah, go ahead and do a perfect dodge here. Get some slams on him. My computer just went dark, so I actually can't see. Yeah, see, he does the energy attack. So make sure you run away. And here I'm just like, okay, you kind of got to work with whatever he gives you. If he's hitting you, then you do this. If he's shooting the, laser at you, you parry it, and then you can go with that. Unless you want to do that spin to win strat. What I actually tried to do here, I do recall, I was really concerned that he was going to go on the ceiling. When he goes on the ceiling in this phase, it's really bad because there's really nothing you can do about it. So it's really bad. It's really scary when he goes up on the ceiling because he has a lot of crazy attacks. So I tried to stay close to him to bait melee attacks that I knew I could perfect dodge. Here, so close. I think this might be where I kill him. I think it is. I was like, please, 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 and yeah, it finally breaks him out. Like I said, that fight is really perfect dodging and parries, and if you can learn that spin to win stagger strat, you'll kill Ganon in the second phase a lot faster than I did. And if you go full balls on shooting him in the face with arrows and using your potion, like I didn't because I wanted to grab the stuff around the room. Anyway, I suck at this fight. I know it's not hard. I don't really die here. I actually did die in my first completed run here. It was pretty funny. If you do die to this Ganon, you respawn at this Ganon. But if you die to Calamity or anything earlier than that, you go back to Wind Ganon. So I knew I could die here. But once I saw the time, I got so focused and fucking nervous. I was like, oh shit. Oh fucking shit. I need to execute this. Make sure you take the bow out, by the way. So really what you want to do is you want to go to his side and kind of just, you don't even sprint, you just literally hold your control stick to the side and you just go in circles. Once he starts moving, that's the cue that Zelda's about to open the 3 things. Get ready to shoot him, and boom, boom, boom. There you go. They're all dead. So now I just, again, kind of go in circles. You got to be careful of the trees. If your horse runs into a tree, it can be really annoying. That's kind of where I got lost before. I don't even know what happened. I honestly don't know what happened. I sucked at this. I really did. I'm not good at controlling the horse. I'm not good at horse combat. I feel like I don't know, man. It was one of those clutch moments. Like, I'm not the most clutch speedrunner in the world for sure. But in this moment, I knew, holy shit. Like, I so broke my previous pace. Like, all I have to do here is execute. And I could get sub 1 hour, which I wasn't thinking was possible for me anymore without doing different strats. So, you can see I fucked up a little bit here. I wasn't in the right motion when I was moving on the horse, so luckily I do manage to go back and pull it off. I guess they give you a pretty generous amount of time. Once you've killed 2 sets of 3, the next one's going to appear on his belly, so I think he moves. He should move 1 more time, and then it should appear on his belly after he revs up. Yeah, so he moves here. He always moves twice, so that's the second move. That's pretty scary. You move that hoof that close, but speed over, and he's going to rear up for an attack. As soon as the attack goes, I'm waiting for it. Boom, there you go. Finally, you get the thing, and then from here on out, he has an eye, which luckily I don't run into the first tree there, but I run into the second one. I was like, fuck. You get to the front. Make sure you get to the front, and you just wait. There's a certain point where his eye is going to open. When his eye opens, what you want to do is jump off the horse and aim. You want to jump off the horse and aim. Just kind of wait for it, jump up, don't miss that arrow, and then you hit the second arrow, and that is boom. The speedrun is done. Now, I'm actually recording this commentary later. I apologize if it sounds a little bit different. I originally rendered and uploaded this video, and it got copyrighted because of a song that I use at the end of my speedruns. What you can do with your splits is, like, when you get golds, or when you get finish a run and get a PB, or when you reset, you can add certain sound effects. And I added a song to the end of it, but it got copyright claimed. So I didn't want to risk getting a copyright strike on my channel. So I decided to just record this instead. I really wanted you guys to hear the song because it sounds really cool with this, but I mean, I understand, it's within their rights to claim the song. So if you want to see it, like this whole run in its entirety with the original commentary, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description to my Twitch channel where I have the VOD. So you can go and watch the original on Twitch. And I highly recommend that you check me out over there anyway, because I do speedruns of all kinds of games. This is definitely my last Breath of the Wild speedrun. I got under an hour. That was my goal. So I'm moving on to the next thing, which I've mentioned a couple times, is DS2 any%. So if you haven't joined me on Twitch before, definitely check out that speedrun, and then I'd love to see you come over there and visit me while we're live and come join that community. Otherwise, if you're just going to chill on YouTube, or if you know me from both, then that's totally fine. I really appreciate you guys watching the speedrun. I hope you enjoyed it very much. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. Much love to you, and I will see you in the next video.